In this podcast episode, Andrew Huberman interviews Cesar Millan, the renowned dog trainer known as the Dog Whisperer. The discussion explores the science and psychology of dog behavior, the energetic connection between humans and dogs, and how principles of calm, assertive energy apply not only to raising well-balanced dogs, but also to human relationships and personal leadership. Throughout the conversation, Millan shares his insights on pack dynamics, practical training techniques, and the spiritual aspects underpinning successful interactions with dogs and humans alike. Cesar Millan emphasizes that dogs respond primarily to human energy, actions, and body language rather than verbal commands. While dogs can learn words and commands, their behavior is powerfully shaped by the emotional and energetic state of their human counterparts. The key qualities that attract and calm dogs include silence, calmness, confidence, love, and joy. Showing these consistently allows dogs to feel safe, build trust, and respond positively. Millan highlights that many people unknowingly nurture poor behavior by giving affection at the wrong times, reinforcing excitement or anxiety rather than calmness and patience. The conversation explores the natural hierarchy within dog packs and how this translates to interacting with domestic dogs. Millan explains that dogs are born into one of three pack positions: front, middle, or back, each with distinct temperaments and roles. Leader or front of the pack dogs require owners with advanced knowledge and calm, assertive energy, while middle of the pack dogs, often happy-go-lucky followers, are best for most families. The goal is to cultivate a dog that naturally follows the human's lead, which Millan argues should ideally be the person who practices consistent, calm confidence. Walking is described as the most critical daily activity for dogs, essential not only for physical exercise, but also for mental and emotional regulation. Millan criticizes common practices like allowing dogs to lead or using distractions such as phones during walks, which disconnect the owner's energy and confuse the dog. He advocates for walks where the dog consistently follows the human, staying next to or behind them, reinforcing the human's leadership. Proper exercise drains the dog's energy and prevents behavioral issues. Insufficient walking is likened to psychological abuse, causing dogs to act out due to unspent energy and frustration. A foundational training technique Millan teaches is the no-look, no-touch, no-speak protocol during initial greetings and reunions. This ritual helps bring the dog into a calm, open-minded state before affection is given, supporting self-discipline and emotional regulation. The method counters the typical overly excited greetings many dogs receive, which often escalate anxiety and misbehavior. The dog learns that calmness and patience lead to affection, reinforcing positive states and reducing chaotic or anxious responses. Millan highlights the importance of recognizing and cultivating good mental states in dogs, such as calm surrender, patience, and happy-go-lucky attitudes, while avoiding fight, flight, or avoidance responses. Training aims to help dogs return quickly to these positive states when misbehavior or anxiety arises. He stresses that affection is best used as a reward after discipline and exercise, not as a substitute for training. This structure fosters dogs that are emotionally balanced and responsive. A repeated theme is the interplay between spirit, instinct, and intellectual mind in both dogs and humans. Millan explains that dogs first operate from spirit and instinct, with the mind trained through simple rules and limitations. Humans, however, often neglect these energetic and spiritual dimensions, leading to imbalance and miscommunication with dogs. He encourages people to see themselves as pack members with roles that fluctuate, sometimes leading, sometimes following, and to cultivate their calm and confident energy accordingly. While there are parallels between canine pack structure and human social dynamics, Millan clarifies that humans operate with more fluidity and complexity. People can move between pack positions depending on context, such as confidence in their professional expertise versus social settings. However, the principle of calm, patient, confident energy as leadership remains foundational. This understanding helps individuals navigate human relationships as well as interactions with their dogs, fostering respect and effective communication. Millan contrasts cultural attitudes toward death, spirituality, and connection to nature between third-world countries and Western societies. In some cultures, especially where death is a visible part of life, people develop early acceptance of loss and deeper spiritual surrender. This worldview supports a natural, simple, and profound approach to life, animals, and relationships. Millan links this mindset to his own background and how it shaped his philosophy of calm confidence, patience, and love, grounded in acceptance and presence. One of Millan's core teachings is the order and balance of exercise, discipline, and affection in raising dogs. Exercise releases physical and mental energy, discipline provides structure and rules, and affection is the reward that nurtures connection. Overemphasizing affection without discipline often results in poorly behaved and anxious dogs. Discipline is framed not as punishment, but as guiding boundaries and rules that create safety and trust. Affection is most effective when given in response to desired calm and respectful behavior. Millan offers many practical insights, such as the significance of feeding routines, teaching impulse control through delaying access to food until the dog is calm, and using clear, consistent energy during walks and training. He also endorses tools like weighted backpacks for physical challenge and mental surrender, and recommends fostering dogs before adoption to assess family readiness. He cautions against getting multiple high-energy puppies simultaneously, urging people to consider their circumstances and ability to maintain consistent leadership. Aggression and anxiety in dogs often reflect inconsistent or insufficient leadership from humans. Millan stresses the importance of the owner maintaining a calm, confident presence, especially when dealing with dogs prone to aggression. He explains that dogs do not try to misbehave. They react instinctively to the energy and environment. When humans lower their energy or become emotionally reactive, dogs sense this and may escalate problematic behavior. Successful management relies on the human's consistency and patience. Situations where a dog respects one person but challenges others are common. Millan highlights the need for all family members, especially women who may approach dogs more emotionally, to cultivate calm, confident energy. Dogs can detect hesitancy or emotional fluctuations, so everyone involved in dog care should align their energy and expectations for consistent leadership. He underlines that being a calm leader is a human quality, independent of gender. And women can, and often must, embody calm assertiveness in dog training. Many dog owners wrestle with guilt over training techniques like no touch, no talk, no eye contact, because it feels counterintuitive to ignore an excited or anxious dog. Millan explains that these methods promote calmness and safety in dogs and ultimately reduce anxiety and behavioral issues. Owners must regulate their own emotions and avoid projecting human feelings onto dogs. He also discusses how owners unwittingly transfer stress and anxiety to their dogs, reinforcing unhealthy patterns that can worsen problems. Millan shares his philosophy that the dog's spirit is eternal, returning to a source beyond this life. Death is not feared but accepted as part of life's natural rhythm. He encourages celebrating a dog's passing with joy rather than sadness and stresses gratitude for the time shared. This spiritual outlook helps owners provide a peaceful, respectful farewell to their dogs and supports emotional processing for both human and animal family members. Interesting parallels are drawn between deliberate cold exposure and the cultivation of calm, assertive energy. Millan uses cold plunges as a tool to help humans experience clear, uncluttered mind states by forcing breath control and mental surrender during the temporary stress of cold. This practice translates to improved patience and calmness when interacting with dogs and people. The episode connects scientific understanding of cold-induced adrenaline and dopamine release with Millan's experiential approach. Millan reflects on how dogs mirror the energy and leadership quality of their owners, and how training dogs requires humans to develop self-discipline, patience, calmness, and confidence. He proposes that improving human energy and interaction with dogs can ripple into better human-to-human relationships and healthier societies. Dogs become a natural and simple reflection of our best selves, teaching lessons in trust, respect, love, and leadership applicable beyond the animal kingdom. The conversation addresses intact versus neutered dogs, with Millan explaining that different countries have different norms based on local dog lifestyles. In places where dogs roam freely, intact dogs do not typically develop frustration due to natural mating opportunities. In urbanized societies where dogs live indoors, neutering, or vasectomy is important to prevent hormonal behaviors and reduce overpopulation problems. Correcting unwanted mounting or sexual behaviors early and calmly is necessary for household harmony. Millan clarifies that how one pets a dog should match the desired mental state. For example, fast, firm petting may encourage excitement during activities like agility training, while slow, gentle petting supports calmness in relaxed environments like a restaurant. The key is not the speed or style, but the energy and intention behind the touch. Petting should align with reinforcing the dog's emotional and mental state to support harmonious interaction. Dogs require mental stimulation along with physical activity. Millan encourages mixing familiar walks with novel routes and activities to keep the dog's mind sharp and engaged. Training the dog to delay impulses, such as ignoring food until given permission, builds self-control. Play and exploration provide excitement and joy, but must be balanced with periods of calm surrender for emotional health. Achieving reliable off-leash behavior is framed as a natural byproduct of consistent energy, training, and leadership, not something to be purchased as a service or product. Millan encourages owners to earn off-leash trust through daily practice of calm confidence, exercise, discipline, and affection. This accomplishment reflects the owner's mastery of self and role as pack leader, providing a fulfilling and responsible approach to dog ownership. Extending beyond dogs, Millan shares insights on human pack dynamics, relationships, and leadership drawn from experience with canine psychology. He discusses the importance of clear roles, mutual respect, and calm assertive energy in romantic partnerships and families. The balance of masculine and feminine energies, patience, confidence, and love applies across species boundaries. Achieving peaceful, respectful human relationships requires the same self-awareness and discipline emphasized in dog training. The episode touches on contemporary challenges such as people over-humanizing dogs or expecting dogs to serve their emotional needs selfishly, without regard to the dog's natural instincts and psychological health. Millan critiques trends that confuse or mislead dog owners, urging a return to fundamental principles of energy, leadership, and respect. He also highlights how social media and misinformation create contradictory advice, emphasizing the need for foundational understanding over trends. Millan repeatedly notes that dogs mirror the energy, philosophy, and actions of their owners. A well-behaved and balanced dog signals a calm, confident, and consistent human leader. Conversely, dog behavior problems often reveal unclear or unstable human energy. Thus, improving the relationship with a dog fosters greater self-discipline and emotional growth in the human, making dog ownership a powerful avenue for personal development. At the heart of Millan's message is a call to embrace the natural rhythms of life through simplicity, presence, and profound connection to spirit and instinct. He advocates living with gratitude, patience, and joy, cultivating a balanced internal energy that supports healthier relationships with animals and people. His approach transcends mere dog training, inviting listeners to transform how they live and lead by tuning into these fundamental principles.